Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And from Nation Wars, it's going to be Erik versus Time on World of Sleepers, the latter edition. Top right-hand corner is the Red Terran player. It is Time, hailing from China. And in the bottom left, it is the Brazilian Zerg player, Erik. He's green. I like green Zerg, man. But colorblind people, I'm apologize for the colors. Can I change it? Whoa! No, apparently not. Apparently not. So, I'm sorry about that. Red versus green, but it's not a mirror matchup, so you can tell who is Zerg by their units and who is Terran by their units as well. Welcome aboard to another edition of StarCraft 2 brought by Falcon Paladin. I just watched The Social Network for the first time. I listened to a couple of podcasts about media, and they both had Social Network on their top 5 movies of all time from this decade, right? Let's see, when did The Social Network come out? La 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 la, Social Network, a 2010 film. So it counts as 2010 through 2009, and they considered it like, one of the people had it as like the best movie of the 2010s. So here's the problem. If you go in and watch something with that kind of hype around it, it can't live up to it. It's impossible. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like life-changing. And it was really good. It was David Fincher and it was Aaron Sorkin, and those two people I really respect in their fields of writing and directing, but it was fine. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what... I need to read some reviews and figure out what people really, really loved about it, because I don't know. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I watched it. I enjoyed it. It was 2 hours. It didn't feel like 2 hours. The dialogue was sparkling. It moved fast. It got stuff done. It was fine. The acting was fantastic, but I don't know. It left me feeling kind of, at the end. Anyway, this is a Reaper, and we have a Reaper name for him. Is he going to stay alive long enough for me to pull this up? I thought I had it. I thought I had it on the other screen, but then I didn't somehow. That's okay. We're almost there. Reaper's name is going to be John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, oh God, what are the Zerg doing here? That's the one. That's the version from this part of the galaxy anyway. All right, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, you have any kills? No, you do not. Factory coming up. 2 command centers coming up from Time. Wow. This is, there you go. There's 1. And there, okay, it's done now. There was 2. Crikey. So third base for Erik just about done here as well. So both players are macroing their absolute faces off right now in this ZVT. It's going to be a good time is what it is. Let's see what we get after that. It's another barracks. Oh, it's a starport. So we're 1-1-1ing it, throwing in 2 command centers into the build. So basically he wants all the tech, which is understandable. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt is not going to die there. If I had to say, I really like what I've seen from Time in the past. I've seen a little bit of Erik too when I cast WASG last year. Really solid Zerg, man. He likes his Banelings. We'll definitely see some Banes here today. Really good with Mutalisks, too, from what I remember. He's getting Overlord speed for that Scout, which is really important against somebody who is Time, considering Time is an incredibly aggressive Terran player. So the Overlord Scout comes in at 3.5 minutes. Does see the 1-1-1 play. Just kind of sacrifices. Nope. You know what? You would have done better if you had just gone over here. Just so the Marines had to chase you around. I think he would have had a better time. That's okay. He saw all the tech structures of Time, so that counts. Totally and utterly counts. Droning up. Erik, his macro is pretty much on fire right now. He's got 40 workers. Again, there's been no Hellion attacks at all. The Reaper showed up, but that was about it. Time needs to get something working right now if he's going to have a chance of slowing down the Zerg macro on this map. It's a big map, so drops are good. Hey, look, a Baneling Nest. Which, again, just safety. This is nothing weird that only Erik does. Getting a Baneling Nest around 4.5 minutes is totally fine if your opponent is going for a third base sub 4. Another barracks coming up. So this feels pretty bio-tanky to me. Viking flying around, maybe trying to find some Overlords to kill, but there is no Overlord spread at all today. None. The Overlords are all pretty close to home. At least can run to the safety of a Queen if that Viking shows up to try to mortar them. Moida them. And that's at Lair. So Erik's Lair timing, pretty fantastic. Nothing to complain about there. A 4th base timing would be about now, though, my guy. You have the resources for it. You've saturated up your 3rd. Let's go. You don't have enough workers to be maxed out at this point. Go, 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 go. Put it down. Put down the hatch. Put it down. I know you're spending. I know you're throwing up evolution chambers. I know you're making a handful of Zerglings, but you don't really need the handful of Zerglings right now. Time is playing defensively at the moment. He doesn't have a medevac out on the field at all. There's only a Reaper over here, and he's going to die. I mean, the cliff hopping keeps him alive to some extent, but seriously, man, you have a great spot for a base right there. This is also not terrible if you want a fourth, but in order to keep up here today, see how this third base is landing? You got to start a fourth yesterday. So Erik's timings are kind of killing me. He's got Lings, he's got Banes, he's looking around trying to see where on earth this attack is coming, and it's just not. There's a Viking and a Reaper out. End of discussion. +1/+1 on the way from time. Third base coming down. He's effectively left the Zerg player all alone for the first 5 minutes, which is normally abject suicide. But Erik made a bunch of Lings and Banelings for no reason at all. He's not being aggressive with them. He saw the build and he figured that time would come out and try to kill him with some medevacs or something. And normally I'd agree with him. But you need a follow-up scout to say, what, why, where is the attack? That's what these Lings are. They're like, what is going on? Tank murdered my guy. Fine, I guess. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about the third that time has. If he knew about the third, okay, he's expanding now. But it's late. 6 minutes is late for Erik. Okay, man. It's all right. It's okay. He basically looks like time is going to let you max out without really bothering you today. Overseer with speed comes in and says, Yes, I see the third base is early. Fantastic. Well, good thing I am taking my fourth then, isn't it? Now here comes the double medevac drop at about 6.5 minutes. Creep spread is fantastic. There's really nowhere that we can go without going over creep right now. So this is probably going to be an unload on the edge of the creep and then kill tumors. Force some Lings and Banelings out onto the edge of the creep, etc., etc. We've seen this dance before, that's what I'm trying to say. This is on the last patch as Nation Wars games were. Zerglings, not quite interested in going in there. They don't have the 1/1. And actually, neither does time yet. But if they both have the 1/1, the Zerglings actually do a little bit better there. So fourth base going to pop. Third base happily running from time. Got those extractors pushing and pushing. Rich Vespine Geyser taken by the Zerg player. That's going to be a nice thing for him too. Drilling Claws on the way from time. We're going to see some of them Widow Mines. 3 Widow Mines at a time in production, actually. And by golly, that is a hive. That is a 7.5 minute hive. Lurker Den coming in. I wasn't expecting lurkers today out of Erik. All right. Okay, Erik. All right, Erik. Okay. Some tumors going down. Banelings chasing on creep. Catching a couple Marines, but 2. Literally 2 go down. But yeah, at this stage, we're just seeing time going for a ton of bio, ton of Widow Mines. Feels like it has a big enough, scary enough army to get the heck on out of here. There are Hydras. Lurker Den, again, continually being morphed in right now. It's a bit of a longer build time. Not quite Spire time, but not like Roach Warren. Roach Warren is pretty fast compared to it. So tanks are up. Marines are up. Scans are up. Tumors have no chance. And Erik is not going to engage here. This is why the tumors exist. It delays time. If these tumors didn't exist, time would have set up like here and started chilling the third base. Bane and Hydra. Oh, can they sneak into this third base location? I think they can. Time is very greedy going for a fourth base here, man. He is just feeling confident, extremely confident. All the world right now. Oh, the Viking scouts it. Scouts the sneaky attack that time was attempting up here. Maybe worried about that Overseer more than anything else. Erik, you got to go, man. Now is the time. There's really nothing defending that ramp, my guy. I know you're worried about this. I know you're worried about Widow Mine drops, murdering some of your drones. 6 drones going down there. Widow Mine drops, not just for Protoss anymore. Oh, did he F2 these guys back? No. Also, they don't have speed, which is incredible, but oh, Nidus Network. Ooh, I haven't seen a Nidus Network versus Terran in some time. I do like Nidus play. These Widow Mines finally get taken down. They were close to running off of their cooldown there, which would have been bad. Adaptive Talons on the way from the Lurkers. Very nice. Gives them quicker burrowing speed. And time's maxed out, and Erik's about 165 supply. Viper, Lurkers coming in, and there's your Nidus. All right, man. Like I said, there was nothing defending this base for some time. And as a result, it's getting Nidus. So a couple Marines. Widow Mine going to burrow itself in here and try to murder anything that comes out. Wow. Those Marines killed that Nidus fast. They didn't even have level 2 weapons yet. That was level 1 weapons on those Marines. Meanwhile, as long as you guys are all back there, we'll come up and wipe out both of your tanks. At least 2 of the tanks at this location, and then pull back to the creep and keep pushing it while we're at it. Erik taking a 5th base down at about the 7 o'clocker. Another Nidus on the way. Nidus Lurker today. really forcing time to run around and spend time doing stuff he doesn't want to do. So far so good. More Widowmine drops on the left side. I don't think they did much. Whoa, never mind. Never mind. That got a ton of stuff before it went down. Lurkers actually, oof, getting out, murdering some things, getting back in before the Nidus dies, and that was good. That was really good for Erik. Has not lost a lurker yet. He's lost 3 lurkers, actually, Falcon. Okay. Yeah, if there's a tank in range of your Nidus, you don't really need much else to kill it. I mean, of the opponent's Nidus. Don't have tanks in range of your Nidus. That's a bad idea. Alright, so not really doing much damage here is Erik. Adrenal glands on the way for the Zerglings. Creep spreading around the right side. Creep spreading up the middle. Creep spreading up the left side. And Time is landing a 5th base. He's just macroing extremely well. This might be the most patient I've seen Time play in a TVZ in all the times I've cast him. He's usually a lot more aggressive than this. I know there have been some Widowmine attacks for sure, some Widowmine drops taking out a few drones here and there, but 10 drones in the first 10 minutes is meh. It's really quite meh. Another Nidus, but again, another tank in range. Your Nidus play does not work if there are tanks in range, my dudes. Alright, got a bit of an army down here. Lingbane Hydra with some Vipers trying to sneak on into this 5th and wipe it out while the army, again, is really worried about Niduses and all these other different places. Oh, he throws up a Nidus in the area where the tank is in the minimum attack range so that the tank can't actually hit it. Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually really smart. You had a tank, you thought you were safe. Think again, sucker. I'm going to burrow on in here, murder you, go after a ton of your lurkers. Meanwhile, a bit of an engagement to the south, not doing a whole lot. And we've got more Widowmine drops down here as well, and not quite burrowing themselves. This is insanity. So right now, the 3rd base for the Terran player for Time is completely out of it. Unburrow and get back in. Unburrow, get back in. Oh, they tried. They really tried there. Widowmine, 4 kills. Gone now. 13 drones down, but that base is in a lot of trouble. Is he seriously... Look at him throwing up these Nidus worms right next to each other. He's really keeping Time on his back foot here, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it immensely. More drones dying to Widowmine drops. Are you serious right now? Oh, wrong button. That's a Brood War button. 5 kills there. 5 kills there. 16 kill Widowmine. Have they been there for a while? Is that the problem? Have they been here for a while and they wiped out like 2 generations of drones? Seems very possible. Time is very grateful for those Widowmines because without those, Erik would be at like 90 workers and be pretty comfortable. As it stands, he's still pretty comfortable. He needs to expand maybe here. I don't know about expanding here. Seems a little close to where the army is. But how do you know where these Nidus worms are? Hacks! How did you know? Maybe he accidentally came down here to clear out creep and was like, oh, Nidus worm's cool. He expects there to be a base here, but there's not. Again, direct engagements here are not going to work out all that well. Not with the army that you have. Erik, so very smartly, manages to pull back. Like a smart person. Nidus worms erupting in a few, like, defensive positions. Yep, defensive positions. That group got wiped out. The queens are trying to spread tumors locations where there is no creep available, which you need it, as it turns out here. A bit of a pincer move from Time defensively used here. And Erik doesn't like what he sees and pulls back. Again, you don't have to engage there. Do not suicide your units into a superior force or you're going to lose the game if you do that enough times. These guys never throw down... Okay, kind of threw down their tumors now. Needs these, really. There you go. Extending off creep here. Lurkers burrowing in, but Terrans have known how to deal with lurkers for some time. Just don't engage with them. Use liberators, and then murder them if there aren't enough of them to actually deal with your bio. That's all you gotta do. Another Nidus Worm right here would be pretty good, and there it is. Erik decides to toss up yet another one at the 3rd base location, which has been beset by attacks for a while now, and is very displeased with how things are going. I have talked to the workers there. They are displeased with the results. Erik, left side base, taken for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base. Lurkers getting 2 SCVs. Great reaction time from Time. Trying to take down a planetary fortress here. Banelings here, though. Banelings here, though. Why would you go over there? I don't know. Check that out, though. The Zerglings took down a planetary fortress with the upgrades they have. That's insanely good. Lurkers coming into the main, trying to go after production facilities. Okay. All right. Kind of like this. Hard to come in and do much when there are chokes like this. There we go. Steady targeting on the Lurkers to try to clean them out to some extent. Hydras and Banelings coming out of the main base. This is incredible for Erik. And working pretty effectively, too. Takes down a couple buildings. Takes out 14 SCVs. A couple Nidus Swarms die, but I think that was likely a fair trade. Now, what this has done is kept time on his side of the map for a while now. For a good long time. He's double pumping Liberators. He's making Marines. It's 170, 171 supply. 81 workers to 60. So many Lings in production. +1 flyer attack on the way here, too, for all of the nothings he has. Does he have a Spire? He's got a Spire. Obviously, because he's working on the upgrade, Falcon. But he doesn't have any Corruptors or Mutas. I don't know that Mutas are the answer here. Corruptors might not be a bad idea versus the Liberators, too. A lot of Banelings for this ground army. Fantastic. And some Fungal on them would be pretty nice as well. I'd like to see some Infestor play. If at all possible. Tank Fire again. Pretty good against these Niduses. And then turrets will up along this edge so that Overseer's flying over here. Can't just get free reign into the main base. Group of Bio. Oh, Zerglings say, hey. Wow, nice Sunburrow on that Widow Mine. I was going to say, we can take down your planetary. If that's okay with you. What? These Lings just run in? I think these Lings just ran in normal talk. What on earth? With Nidus Worms coming up. My gosh. Good take down the base. The orbital command goes down. Missile turrets getting taken down here too. Lings trying to get out. And a couple of them will survive the trip. 3 of them will survive the trip to tell their buddies what's up. Lurkers burrowing in on top of an orbital command. Going after some SCVs, I guess. This is crazy. This is a friggin' incredible game. I am really enjoying it thus far. Lurkers trying to get in here back behind this orbital command, or this just a command center rather, but they're not going to get anything done. The army was right on top of them there. So flyer attacks +1 finishing up. Going, oh, there we go, for Corruptors. 5 Corruptors now. Fully maxed out armies. This might just get an epic tag, ladies and gentlemen. The way this has been going so far, I have not seen this level of aggression versus a Terran player in a very long time from a Zerg. Vipers, maybe Blinding Cloud here. No Blinding Cloud here. That base is getting repaired, which is really good news. But Erik has just been kind of left to his own devices. Again, time has never really set up a big scary attack. He's done Widowmine drops. That's it. Widowmine drops, little pushes out to clear creep, but that's all he's been able to do because there's been so much Nidus play. Now, the dark side of Nidus play is if you do it enough, and not effectively enough, you do actually waste a lot of gas on Nidus Worms that don't do anything at all. I love the Ghost choice, by the way. Ghost in late game TVZ is a godsend. Ooh, look at these Liberators getting picked off, though. Where are ya? Where are ya, time? Ouch. Ouch. Several of them are going out. Another one. Bites the dust there, too, and the Corruptors get out of there. One takes a steady targeting hit, but it does have 2 HP. That's all you need to be as effective as you can on offense. Nukes! Nukes in production. Love me a good nuke. I mean, just a straight-up frontal attack here from Erik? What is this? Why would he do this? He doesn't have any Banelings. The Zerglings are trading pretty well. Orbital command going to go down. Nidus erupts, and Erik is putting some fear of Zerg into time right now. Oh, he didn't take down the orbital command. Get it. Get it. There's nothing defending it. Get it. Oh, coming on down. Look at these ghosts, though. Look at these ghosts. Look at these ghosts. I mean, at the very least, they're going to take down that command center. Just kidding. They're not. More steady targeting. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you for nothing. Liberator up to 7 kills over here. Again, time having the wherewithal to throw up a Liberator when he's been under such constant assault in this game. It's just amazing. Ghost, maybe going to try to throw down a nuke in here. Oh my gosh, he is. Hey, we have nukes. He knows it. He sees the dot. Where's his Overseer? Here they come. Is it enough to save it? No. Ghost dies, but nuke land. Oh, what? Oh, that was so close. That was so close. Ah, we were deprived. We were deprived of a nuclear launch detected. Boo. Boo. Let him get that nuke off. Come on. How about this one? We're going to get this one? My gosh, he knows. Erik's awareness on these nukes is godlike. It is really impressive. I mean, sure, this base is a fine one to take down. My gosh, look at those Lings get in there. The upgrades are good for them. 3-3 with Adrenal Glands is pretty darn scary. So that base is out. Army coming down the left side, though, to a very undefended hatchery at the same time. Might be trading base for base here. Does supply block time pretty effectively with that one. Nuke coming in. Let's see how Erik's attention is now. Not super good, actually. He does evacuate drones from most of his bases. And as a result, no drones die there. Oh, that hatchery is out, however. The Hydra army couldn't get there in time. Medevac's getting picked out of the sky by the Hydras. Army getting wiped out on the ground. Zerglings are inside the main base on top of everything that's being produced. There's an engagement down to the south here, too. Time is in a bit of trouble, you guys. I know Erik just got nuked, and I know Erik just lost a hatchery. But this is looking really, really good for Erik. He's at 71 to 46 worker count. Army supply is pretty much even at this stage here, too. 34 more Lings in production, 10 more Lurkers in production. Lurkers have gotten him to this point. He's going to go ahead and ride that horse to the end, I think, if he's going to be able to do so. If he can, he will. Another base in the top left. I'm loving this from Erik, just taking this left side for his own. Time taking the right side for his own. Another knight is coming up in the main. Going after production facilities here. Time is maxed out. He's building supply depots. Oh, getting on top here. Not really enough Banelings versus this. The Liberators need to get out of the circles of doom, though. Nidus Swarm erupts. There's a queen inside the Nidus. Get in. There you go. Getting in. Getting out. Maybe getting out. Oh, nuking on top of the Lurkers here, though. Can you find the ghost and abduct him? You can. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, Ling's on top of your production right now. Doing really well for themselves versus these Marauders. The Marines having a little bit more of a hard time with just because the damage output is higher, but the southern base dies for Erik. The Ling count is actually not super impressive up top. This is a lot of Marine production, actually. But Lurkers getting on down. Again, taking out tech labs, taking out reactors. Forcing a liftoff on all of Time's barracks. Production is going to halt for him right now. Fusion core going down. Top left base. Happily running 189 to 133 supply. Has Erik done this? I'm looking at it. The numbers are all favoring him. They need to get out, though. The Lurkers need to get out of here. There you go. He's wiped out the main base of Time. He's taking down a planetary fortress in the bottom right. Looking at the mini-map, it is a lot of green and not very much red here at all. Nuke possibly could take down these drones. No, the reaction time is too good. What's in? You could unload some stuff here. I guess he doesn't really have the detection, so it doesn't matter. Engagement. Oh, parasitic bomb. Baneling hits. Hydra's wrecking everything. The medevacs are in a lot of trouble. When medevacs go down, Terrans start to lose ZVTs. Ghosts out. Army supply 104 to 39. I think Erik has done this, ladies and gentlemen. I know he missed a nuke, but this engagement down south is the last stand of Time. This is where he's going to GG out. I really don't see a situation in which he's going to be able to pull this thing off. His ghosts are pulling the safety of the planetary fortress. Sensor tower gets exploded right now. The income is this for Time at the moment. He has one mining base, and that is your good game. Wow. Erik wins it in 23 minutes and 53 seconds. I thought for sure Time would win that match. I was looking at it before I loaded it up and said Time has the better resume. Time has the higher ceiling. I've cast Erik before. He's good, but man, this is Time. And Erik just beat him. Just beat him in 24 minutes. With a Lurker strategy. Of all things in the world to beat a Terran with, to beat Time with, it was Lurkers on World of Sleepers. Insanity. This might get an epic tag. We got our nukes. We got Lurkers. We got a ton of ghosts, Liberators. A Lurker Nidus into the main at the 23-minute mark? I mean, what else do you want from a ZVT? Answer me that. Answer me now. 46,000 resources lost for Time. 45,000 lost for Erik. Again, if you lose fewer resources than your Terran opponent, you're in a good place. I don't know what else to say. 150 Marines, 15 Ghosts, 38 Marauders down. 29 Lurkers is a lot of Lurkers. 3 hatches too. But 3 planetary fortresses, 4 orbital commands died, and he won the base killing competition. What a match. kind of inspired. Kind of want to do Lurker Nidus against my Terran opponents and keep them at home, so I'm the one who's on the offense and not on the defense the whole time. Incredible. Ridiculously incredible. But for that, it's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and an epic match to be sure. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.